One of the most problematic things I see in clinic is when you get stiffening of the big toe joint. And the big toe joint should be bent up approximately 50 to 60 degrees, and that should give us enough movement to propel yourself forward when walking and running. When this stiffens, and most common cause for its stiffening is osteoarthritis or wear and tear to the joint, and what happens over time, it stiffens, it doesn't bend as much, and what happens as a result is the gait pattern changes. I'm going to run a little quick clip of a video here of exactly this problem of a patient I've seen today. Big toe stiffened, it's changed the gait pattern to compensate.
Ready.
Now on the video you can see that the toe of the right foot, which is stiffened, and only dorsiflex about 15 degrees, which is about half of the left foot. This has caused the foot to abduct, point outwards, to pronate, and you can see that he doesn't push off the end of his big toe anymore. He's starting to roll off the side of the big toe. This puts strain on structures. It causes the foot to act like a flat foot to compensate. So you end up with a pronated and abducted foot position, and you tend to produce less propulsive force, less force to push you forward when you run and when you walk. This does put more strain, so you're more likely to see issues with the medial band of the plantar fascia and the tibialis posterior tendon, which can, once that starts to increase, the strain on that starts to increase, you start to have the physical flattening of the foot comes secondary to that. So very often you don't see a lot of pain in a stiffened big toe joint. The joint often doesn't itself hurt, as was with the patient I saw this morning. But what does happen as a result is you get these knock-on problems where there's compensation happening, and other structures having to work harder to make up for the big toe joint itself not working. Now, I believe the big toe joint is the most important joint in the foot. Now, what can be done about it? Now, if it is osteoarthritis, wear and tear to the joint, as you might know it, what can be done? So very often you can't easily increase the amount of movement in the joint, and you'll probably have an opinion from other professionals who believe in manipulation and stretching techniques, and these really don't improve the amount of that the joint will move, and very often can actually make it more sore. Once the wear and tear starts to happen, the more it moves, generally the more it hurts. So what can we do to alleviate this problem? So one of the things, the first thing I've done with the gentleman this morning is to change his footwear. He's in a minimalist shoe, thin-soled training shoe, and we're going to put him in the opposite. The shape of a maximalist shoe, like a hocker, enables him to toe off with a straight foot, toe off the end of his big toe without having to bend it. It's a very easy hack. It makes a big difference to the way people walk and the way they move. Other options to have inserts made, there's a couple of different prescriptions of custom orthotic that can also do a similar thing. Very often as the degenerative changes get worse, the need for having a stiffer, more supportive insole increases. And so part of that consultation process will be to judge which of those two prescriptions might work best for you. And then obviously if the joint starts to hurt, there are which can happen, that injections, and there are different types of injections you can have done, corticosteroid or platelet-rich plasma injections, and if the arthritis isn't too bad, sometimes a lubricant injection, or a hyaluronic acid injection that lubricates the joint so it moves more. And then obviously if it's bad enough, the surgical options, which can include an implant, a cartilage, effectively a false cartilage implant into the joint, which enables it to continue to move, or often a fusion.